GPS in the Ruger. Niggas telling me it's crunch time. I just tell them that it's lunchtime. I've been going too damn hard. I ain't really got much time. This is real like no punchline. I do this just to feed mine. You peons out here wasting time. Peons out here wasting time. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I got the city sitting on my back. I got this 40 sitting on my lap. I said I'm just dressed in all black. Now go and run and tell the city I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I got the city sitting on my back. I got this 40 sitting on my lap. I said I'm just dressed in all black. Now go and run and tell the city I'm good. I'm with the gang already. The gang already. Facilities already. You want to stay already. I'm with the gang already. We made a name already. Facilities already. You want to stay already. I'm with the gang already. The gang we made a name already. Facilities already. You want to stay already. Stay the gang already. We made a name already. Facilities already. You want to stay already.
Now it's murder for hire. It's serious and quiet. None of y'all niggas killed. If you speaking too quiet, niggas speaking about their priors. There was no need for wires. Trying to get rich up my name. Nigga, you gon' die. Why you trying to cup a 90? They say I'm speaking too frankly. The gang already. We made a name already. We switching lanes already. You would have been stained already. I'm with the gang already. We made a name already. We switching lanes already. You would have been stained already. I'm with the gang already. The gang. We made a name already. We switching lanes already. You would have been stained already. The gang already. We made a name already. We switching lanes already. You would have been stained already. Oh. Specialist, I am the man with the iron fist. Remember y'all thought I could have a gift? That's what my lips on the pop the piss. No, I got a pop to get, I got a lot to get. I want a lot of shit. 100 shots, go block the thumb. Make it feel like in the pocket. Sign on and I'm popping shit. Niggas wanna come over there. That's my shit. I'm trying to cover shit. Hands, boy, I'm a fence. Right hand, big nervous. I'm on the block around. I ain't wanna hear no. I'm with the gang already. The gang, we made a name already. Facilities already. You would have been stained already. I'm with the gang already. We made a name already. Facilities already. You would have been stained already. I'm with the gang already. We made a name already. We switching lanes already. You would have been stained already. I'm with the gang already. We made a name already. We switching lanes already. You would have been stained already. Oh, I'm with the gang. Get the gang shit. I'm with the gang. Get the gang shit. They don't need somebody to run the line. I'm gonna believe over the top of the minute. I'm looking to read in my I got a bad you might like to
So much cash before my shows, like my baby just asked me. I'm like a hot, I hit the door, what niggas looking at me, they're looking at hoes, motherfucker. Get like a bitch of hoes, where you all my people sitting on my toes. I hit some hoes, and you ain't in the middle of the sky, that she closed the tip. My team told them, oh, he's going to die, take it cold, it's cold, it's like I'm taking over the mind, body and soul, body and soul, body and soul. I hate on me, somebody turn up the line, put a woman to see, I'm to the run up the lead, over the knob, and the minute I was living the weed. My rest in peace, I got a bad for the two. Solid for the green, still screaming, goddamn it, now work. As a matter of fact, I want 100 G's, combination to the same. Credit cards, who go walk through the states for me, she trying to rape a G, because you know it's real. So I'm like, little mama, what's that deal? Try to set me up, and I'ma pop that steel. So it's what wasn't known to get killed. Raise it up, taking deals, one Texas tough, we reckless plus. My game over team, will kill your hopes like Simon, kill dreams. I ain't fuck a freestyle, I'm a knockout king. I ain't dog, shocking the world while I'm breaking the boys, all representing the South. No blue clothes, just roll niggas down, I can't like running race. Going on me, truck filled with bass. TX place, customized, niggas don't hate dogs, all the guys trying to test. Now they all die, out the walk, cause I like to pop high. I don't need somebody to turn up the line, put them with the sea, I did the tree, I don't wanna believe, over the knob, independent, I was drinking the weed, and I ain't the fans, and I'm ready to see, get a bag, good sleep, they call me cheap, and then I'm up in the silence, when they green, leave, no, screaming, goddamn it, now, I'm to sleep, can't stop it like a reject, no respect, until the nigga blow up, and they all is resting, all this shit might have to up into the party, if I'm feeling my dick too big, and they talking loud with the bone to stick, while I'm swinging my elbows, till they throwing my fist, and yelling, please do the song one more time, everything that they living the way you been speaking your mind, I'm stricken on this in the game, it's like on the line, in my hand, pushing the line, you got happy for mine. The niggas wanna hate on me, somebody turn up the line, we remember to see ya to the door, when I feel it, they don't wanna believe, over the knob, independent, I was looking at me, if I ain't looking to the pain, till I read the scene, and got a bag to the sweet, to the home, and cheap, under the moment, it's time to get a green, see, that's screaming, goddamn it, I'm to sleep. Laying on the ground.
I have instructed the Highway Patrol and the National Guard to treat looters ruthlessly. Looting will not be tolerated, period. And rules of engagement will be as aggressive as the law allows.
We're in constant contact with the local officials down there. The storm is moving through, and we're now able to assess damage, or beginning to assess damage. And I want the people to know in the affected areas that the federal government, the state government, the local governments will work side by side to do all we can to help get your lives back in order.
5 minutes ago, a piece of wood crashed into our vehicle, crashed into the window, and it's put a hole in our window. So this is an idea of what people are facing here. It's very slippery, so it's kind of hard to stand still.
I was driving I-10 westbound trying to get to Kenner to the Williams Street Boulevard exit, and I didn't see the water. It just blends in with the gray of the road, and I just drove right into it.
It is white capping in the parking lot out here. That is stormwater runoff that appears to be coming off of I-10.
It's hard to estimate how much usually cars and vehicles seem to be in the water and
I got an issue, deep in my brain. No black people feel so much pain. 600 years worth of the game. So doing socially trained. We can't get forever. Somebody help us never. Do this fuck the sprint ever. The devils are fucking clever. I stand up like a driver. I stand extremely loud. This is the thing to me. Take a walk with me. Through these streets and just talk with me. Come to the project. See how we live it. Everywhere you look, it's another snack killer, prostitution, rape, suicide, and crack dealer, shots blasting. Niggas gripping with a passion, shoot first, and they ask questions last. Man, that's how niggas survive in this jungle. Live every day like you ready to rumble. The cops in the hood, and they back at it again, acting like it's all good to harass black men. Put us in a position that just ain't right. Lock us up, send us to prison. This is the main right. We gotta live life, be like a beast, son. Treat White tees, we all got at least one. Can't follow the rules, you gotta make your own policy. When you wake up, every day living in poverty. I got an issue, so deep in my brain. My black people feeling so much pain. 600 years, motherfuckers, we came. So to a socialist train. We can't get through never. Somebody was never do this. Been never. Get clever. I stand up like I'm proud. I stand it screaming loud. This is the return to we murders. It's travel up. Hell for a hustler. I got 10 niggas fucking a nigga. You must. You with the life from the curb. Walking, I'm a man. And I stand on every word spoken. Got the product from the work off the dollar. Shipping powder, pray to Father. Keep the dirt off my collar. Shit off, I'ma cut shit off, aim at my weapon. Looking mean with my broken wings, angel from heaven. Activate the beast to me, never bitch on my temper. Races here to watch them get it, and they exit the window. I'm a street priest, wise, mighty man of valor. Out the barrel, holla terror, so never no error. Me in the mirror, my accomplice is monstrous. We on the block, bitch, Congress. Step into the mosh pit with my shit. Searching me for guns and drugs. The police will get no peace when them people fucking with us. I got an issue so deep in my brain. My black people feeling so much pain. 600 years, motherfuckers in the game. So back to a socialist train. We can't get through ever. Somebody help us never. Do this fucked up endeavor. The devils are fucking clever. I stand up like I'm proud. I stand it screaming loud. This is the freedom till we move this fucking military aircraft. Airplanes cross planes and people ribbons in the sky. Our man's locked down in prison. Pushing crack packs up a rap track. No, it was this rat trap that made me react. Rap. This is more than just in it tap. This is living out rap, man. Giving us next, man. Sometimes I sit and think, what would have happened if the black man wouldn't have stepped on his trap, man? If that man wouldn't have stepped on the black man. Get trapped in by slave from the black man. Put him in slave shits. Enslaved with chains and bricks. 2005 is like the same old shit. But it's sad as a little lad in Baghdad. Seeing his dad destroy along with everything he ever had. Touching on his mom before they dropped the bomb. Standing looking at the credit posters. I got an issue.
See that picture? And see that picture? You simply get chills every time you see these poor individuals. As John Cafferty just pointed out, so tragically, so many of these people, almost all of them that we see, are so poor and they are so black.
Black season loud pack. CCA's real out here. This beat was produced by AtomicBeats.com.
Sometimes this life is not what you expect it to be. You gotta play your cards right if you're to earn the life you need. Thought I had it figured all out, so went ahead and let it all out. But what I know is that it's my doubt eating me alive.
That's my picture for bug. I'm down on my last toe. Damn, it's all I've been with me like the ought to be. But I refuse to let these motherfuckers run over me. Still I'm wise, mine, Angela King. I've been there before. I done trapped the same motherfucker I stood before. Neighborhoods get infested. No victim. That clap me. No reps. They positive like a blood test. Niggas hoping Western shit. My memory and I'm still living. I'm still bitches. Real dumb, they ride for you. They lie for you. Nigga die, they cry for you. Pick you over the case, spread your wings. Homie, open my eyes, I can't see my dreams. Homie, talk for me when I'm soft spoken. Because my mouth for my homie when it's wide open.
Sometimes this life is not what you expect it to be. Gotta play your cards right. You're to earn the life you need. Thought I had it figured all out. Went ahead and let it all out. What I know is that it's my doubt eating me alive.
Lately, I've been having a lot to talk about, so minority spill.
Probably, nigga. Yeah. Well, welcome to another installment of Underground Sundays.
Mic check.
Damn, Moose, up my damn intro.
Because I can't hear.
I can hear you. We all can hear you. If you can hear Moose, raise your hand.
We gotta say something.
I can say something, but I can't hear. I couldn't answer.
Trust us. We can hear you.
Black Power.
Welcome to another installment of Underground Sundays live here on WTMH Radio. We got Raven Capone, Nightlife Records in the building. Big Moose the Pro, SLUMLORD Studios.
Yes, sir.
We got my man Black Seas in the building.
Seven Sign, Crip Nation, East side of Columbus, North side of Columbus, South side of Columbus. You know what I'm saying? West side Columbus, All-Star over there.
North side of nothing.
You not from Reynoldsburg, bro, man?
Hell no.
You not from Pataskala, no shit like that? But I thought niggas from Pataskala was from Columbus.
Man, bro, I'm from the hood of the
That's what I heard in a few songs. A few niggas I know live in Pataskala.
You gotta tell me, look, we from the hood of the dirty mount water.
Yeah. Nigga said Pataskala.
Or double
on that cable. That's new.
Worthington State.
I'm bad from them environments.
Ooh, what's that?
Yeah, I had to let you know how hot them motherfucking mics was. This shit loud as hell.
Yeah, we sound like party over here, nigga.
I'm bad from them environments. Yeah, that's a whole
Monday. Yeah, that's much better.
I'm trying to make sure y'all can hear Moose.
No, we didn't know because my headphone wasn't working, but I'll just go with audio. I can hear y'all, and that's all that really matters. You know what I'm saying?
But he said, Reynoldsburg, bro.
Yeah, hey, bro. Let's I gotta say something. And then Underground Sundays history. We already come up on a year in about a month or so. We're gonna have our little anniversary celebration. But this week had to be the worst music I had sent to me in a very, very long time. You know what I'm saying? Not that we are criticizing anybody's work ethic, but don't send your music in if it sound like that. You know who you are. If you type the email and sent me music to slumlordstudios@gmail.com and expected for your music to be on the radio and it's not playing today, it's because it was awful. I ain't going to embarrass you or fuck up your mixtape release or none of that shit.
Yeah, and because Moose didn't do the beat, he's not going to play your terrible music.
No, I will. I got.
If Moose did the beat, he'll play a terrible ass song.
I will. Had you paid had you bought a beat off me, I would have lied for you, but because you didn't.
All I'm gonna say is,
that's the music game, huh?
All I'm gonna say is, what it is now. Artists, if you submit some stuff, make sure your production is right.
Like,
and you got some clarity mixed down,
or know how to rap.
That too.
You can start with knowing how to rap,
or you don't need to know how to rap. And you just buy the beat off.
And here's
get shot 9 times.
What else? if you ain't got enough money to get the instrumental, you can't rap over Lil Yachty. End quote.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you're right. Can't generate no revenue over that.
If Lil Yachty is on the hook and you're trying to do another hook on top of Lil Yachty, we can still hear.
I got a question. I got to cut you off. Who did that?
I'll send you a song. You know what? I will forward you the email. I'll let you
text me the name, bro. I don't want to hear that.
This song will be on Tuesday.
and we're gonna call in and request it.
The phones will be down between 3 and 10. Nothing's working. The cameras is on.
Oh man, and this ain't me knocking or throwing thorns into what they doing. I'm giving it a real look at like rap music. If you're gonna do rap music, like be a good rapper. Real shit. Like let's go to the basics. Know how to rap. I get that you could do a clever hook and all that kind of shit. Do a dope clever hook. Just don't say.
Who is this guy in the hallway? You want to introduce yourself? We taking pictures and shit?
Oh, that's not. He not with y'all.
No.
Oh, I don't know over here.
The FBI.
What's your name?
What's up?
Who you here with?
Oh,
just walk in next time. He's like, who this guy? I'm like,
we had a hook moment. Niggas we stopped the show. And I know y'all, we on the air. But everybody stopped at the same time.
You like the on air. The light is on out there.
Yeah.
I just said, we got paparazzi. We doing something fucking awesome.
I'm looking like, who's coming up here?
He was in the hallway taking pictures like the McDonald's people with McDonald's. Come on,
JB thought this nigga.
That's funny as shit.
You doing too much. They just sent a spy in there. Hey, Dommy, you want some bullshit, nigga?
I said was like, oh, damn, white guy.
Oh, man.
It got me the police.
Jay don't like people behind him.
Underground Sunday. No, he said, hey,
Hey. Remember, Get Rich or Die Trying? Yeah. When nigga was driving.
Yeah. What you doing all that fidgeting back there?
Every time he moved, Jay was like,
I don't like people behind me. I really don't. I really don't like people behind me.
I thought it was jumping. I was like, he did come in taking pictures. I'm like, I figured, and
not all of us are.
It happens all the time here. When I first joined,
it do.
That's why I first joined.
I thought like maybe he was somebody that George or somebody in them sitting down.
Yeah, I thought he was here for a meeting or something.
Back and I look, I'm like, ain't nobody saying.
Oh, don't worry. All right, when Dame and them coming in, we shredding them niggas when they get in here, bro. It's one time.
Warning some visitors.
But today we gonna, we got Black Seeds in the building, so we gonna give him an opportunity before we get into our real serious subject matter we talk about today. We're gonna let him promote his event, his mixtape, his album, send his event because they got shows coming. They're gonna be making some moves and stuff. So Black Seed, welcome back to the show. What's going on, bro?
And what it do? You already know, North for nothing, Northside Columbus, representative. But I represent for the city. I represent for my home. I love them and they love me back. But right now, I'm about to go back on the road. Cleveland, Ohio, we jump it off February 16th, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre at Club Autonomy. It's going to be a real nice event. So with Ed North Coast Kings and them up out of Cleveland.
Got some Hennessy in that? Oh, my fault.
I do not have Hennessy in my bottle.
I do not have Hennessy.
It resembles Hennessy.
Oh, that's a crown.
Symbolized Hennessy.
I mean, no only time another when it's a colored beverage poured into a water bottle, it's normally liquor.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
is it tea?
It's legitimately herbal tea.
Legitimately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just
on my show, Dre, everything Dre pours in, he says it's tea. So is that the word for dark liquor?
No. I would tell you if it was liquor.
Lift your eyes up a little bit. I'm gonna
it look more like Cavassier. All right, so you said, but my fault, y'all. Back on track. So you said,
sorry.
Cleveland, Ohio, February 16th, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Yeah, it's gonna be at Club Autonomy Ultra Lounge at 1299 West 19th Street, Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
It's gonna go down real live that night. Ed North Coast Kings, they out of Cleveland. I've been on the road with these cats for 3 years, bro. Like in and out the state, in and out the city, and they real good people to deal with. They stuff is always prompt. Like they give me a whole list of dates in like February and March, and let me pick any dates I want. Okay. And they be in the state. A lot of times now they're out of state. Like last year we did South Carolina, North Carolina, Atlanta, Philly, Detroit, Indiana, Kentucky.
Okay.
And then we always do, Cleveland, of course. That's what I always jump off. That's where it's in. Columbus, Lima, Toledo, Cincinnati's always on the mark. But we know Dayton, Ohio's always on the mark with us. Okay. Columbus, I love getting to come home. Like last year, I got to go, be here. Last year was my first show in 3 years in Columbus, July 7th.
Okay.
Like I was like, wow, like I get to come home.
I got to ask you a question about that. Like as an artist that moves around a little bit, when you come back to Columbus, what do you think is the difference, and why do you think that the shows don't feel the same? For lack of a better, not to tear anything down, but you move around a little bit. No, you move around a little bit.
He automatically assume that the shows don't feel.
No, you move around a little bit. You've been some other places to so from an outside perspective that's not mine. What do you think the difference is?
The difference is to me in marketing and promotions. And the way people do it, like with the cats I deal with, like I said, like last year they sent me a list of all the dates already locked in, booked solid from March 28th all the way to December 29th.
So the business is better.
Yeah, the business hand was good. The business hand was better. And with these people, like they promoting these events months and months and months in advance because these are already dates that's booked. They're not just promoting that one event. Like they'll promote 2 of the events at the same time because they're coming behind each other.
Yeah, and when you got like quality control in the city, which Cleveland does, I gotta give them credit. They kind of rate their shows. They have a rating system.
Yeah,
like your show will come up on Monday. The little newspaper come up, show rated 2-3 stars.
Right.
Do you think a rating system like that, or just a collectively evaluated process, will help Columbus?
Yeah. Nothing until Columbus changes this popularity contest mentality. Nothing is going to change.
I mean, what do you mean popularity contest?
Because popularity contest,
And this whole notion of as long as people are talking about you, you know, any publicity is good publicity, and then it'd be trash ass artists. And then the whole pay for play thing. Yeah. Like if you're willing to pay a motherfucker, money severely sways people's perceptions of another person's talent. Yeah. Or not even necessarily they know that they're terrible, but hey, the nigga paid me. Fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
I've seen that so many times, and I sit back in shows and I really be offended.
Yeah.
Like really? Like, why would you even waste our time hearing this?
But I think it
knowing
down
that
to
they're
the
making a butt of themselves at your event. So you know what people gonna say about your event? He let some trash ass artists on stage before he got to the meat of it. But see, this is the thing too. I tell people all the time. I communicate with everybody. Like I don't know what it is to hate. I don't know what it is to downrate. I've had people send me music when I was with Seven Son with BEEZE and the Bone Thug family. Shout out to my family all day long. You know what I'm saying? My Seven Son soldiers. But at the end of the day, there was artists who would want to do songs with me, and I was an A&R for Seven Son. I had to really criticize this music.
But that's a different job. I'm talking about from a fan.
But from a fan, I was like,
it's good or bad.
It was bad.
It's good or bad. Like just
some was good. Don't get me wrong. There was some dope artists, and then there was some just like why.
Nipsey Hussle just put out a project right now that they were talking about, and they were claiming that it was going to be very good. And I liked some of his music, but I was very disappointed in the overall project because when it comes to what we've heard come off the West Coast with the Game record and Kendrick Lamar, for him to be the youngest in the bunch, it's just that it almost. I don't care if I'm old school. Fuck it. That's the way it's going to be. Y'all going to have to live with it because I'm going to give you this shit straight. Like liquor, like y'all want to drink Hennessy. This is Hennessy for your chest. Just because some nigga is old school don't mean he's hating. He might actually be evaluating your music from a more experienced perspective.
Speaking of the old school, R.I.P. Love Buzz Starsky.
Yeah,
he passed on Friday. Yeah, he passed on
Once
Friday.
again, JB comes in, one on point. Only 3 people in the city know this is a, you know what I'm saying? But that was dope, bro. Go finish it.
Yeah, RIP to Love Buzz Starsky. One of the, pioneers of hip hop. Actually, one of the 2 people that coined the phrase hip hop, DJ, rapper, probably made most, notorious to the mainstream by the Notorious B.I.G. song. Where he shouts him out in Juicy. Peace to Ron G, Brucey B, Kid Capri, Funk Master Flex, Love Buzz, Starsky. Yeah. So he passed of a heart attack at age either 57 or 58 in Las Vegas.
Oh wow! Salute to the OG.
Yeah, it was on Friday. Yeah, it was on Friday. On Friday.
Yeah, shout out to all the family members out there that are suffering because that's 2 days old.
Yeah,
it's Sunday. So, RIP Starsky, you know what I'm saying? But also OGs, they kept it real to the game.
Yeah.
Like the post I put the other day with the hurt. I put the big hurt thing up there and everybody said, where am I standing at right now? And it was a picture of him standing at the front part of the projects where they put the first little DJ table up and literally only one person got it right in the post.
Wow.
This is a music art form that has taken over the world, and one person got it right.
That's foul.
If you tell niggas they think hip hop originated in Atlanta, Georgia, during the JB's infamous downfall of hip hop era,
2005, the year 2005.
That dope album y'all just heard, that little jam, Black Pain. That's why we are not national artists right now, because that's how we sounded, and that's where we was at. And our music was dope as fuck back then, but the music was taking a horrible turn for the worse.
Yeah,
this is my thing. Like nowadays, with I salute young artists for the change they're the innovation and change they're trying to bring to hip hop. At the end of the day, it's still a code of ethics and a blueprint to this.
That's why I said I'm old school. Y'all gonna have to deal with it because I'm not going nowhere.
Over certain things in the blueprint and think you're going to get a product that you're supposed to get. No, you can't bake a cake and say, oh, the cake say put 3 eggs, 1/3 water, 1/4 oil.
No, there's going to be no, bro.
No water,
you're onto something. There is still going to be the same ingredients for all cakes. There might be variations outside of eggs, flour, sugar,
vanilla,
butter, and that's the basic part.
Right.
They're changing the basic parts.
Exactly.
They saying we can make cakes out of concrete.
Yeah,
and they gonna still taste like cakes you made out of flour. Nah, that's why they dropping brick after brick after brick, and then they look at it like, you know what? Because everything is bad, we're just gonna give you a whole bunch of the same
street terms. I'll put it in better street terms for some cats that understand me. That's like you getting some you having some Peruvian, some A1 yellow stamp from the motherfucking essays, and your monkey ass want to go put a gang of motherfucking soda on that shit, thinking you tickling 1 to 10, and
Family Dollar soda. You're not even buy goods. You didn't get Arm & Hammer.
The shit been stepped on so bad, you stepping on some more, and you think that shit gonna jump back like a bullfrog.
And it don't. Once you dilute some things, you can't get the purity back in it. Right. So I don't think we ever gonna get pure hip hop. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think the form of music that we project still should have consciousness. Yeah. It should rate them against each other. Everybody shouldn't get a trophy. You can't put, they went from having.
Speaking of everybody getting a trophy, do you know that BET is having its first annual social media awards tonight?
The fuck is that?
They're giving it exactly. It's gonna have. You know what?
See, this is why I can't get involved. You right? Go ahead, finish.
Social media awards. I seen the shit before I came in here, and I'm like, see, all that's gonna do is perpetuate more foolishness because now they're giving people awards for what they do on social media. Now, granted, there are a lot of comedians that are grinding on social media, and it's another outlet outside of doing stand-up comedy that they never had before in that genre.
I get that.
I will give them credit, but then you have a whole bunch of idiots doing a bunch of stupid stuff. Like, it's going to be more of these stupid ass challenges, and people are going to be doing more things to get. Like, it's going to be more of these stupid ass niggas with rainbow hair, deep throat, and AK-47s because of shock value, and it's going to get them notoriety and noticed on social media. And now they're going to give you an award for that shit on BET.
Yeah, 2018 BET social media award.
Yeah, it comes on tonight.
It's right here on my Google.
I can't believe I never heard of that, bro.
Yeah,
and I'm not being critical because
I wouldn't have heard of it. I normally don't watch BET.
And that's the funny thing. I got Spectrum, so like on my phone.
I should have got up.
Watch it live.
Right, you know what it is? Guess what I also learned? There's specific marketing tools that push certain stuff into your feed that's not into his feed. Yeah. The reason I know this because during this last little election era, everybody was talking about the government shutdown, which is going to happen and will not affect anybody except
it's happened before.
Yeah. Please don't flip out over the government shutdown. All it means is that there won't be any money moving at the banks. Your money will still be in the bank. You can go to a bank ATM. You can get money out, but you cannot conduct any. You won't be able to take out any loans. You won't be able to do your checking the cash. Those places won't be able to operate business because they fall under the financial institution that control that shit. I'm not going to go into I'm not going into all the details, but if anything related to loans and banking will be shut down until they reopen up the savings and loans department, period. And if they don't call the IRS, you're not going to be able to check on your tax refund. So however long it's shut down, we'll delay your refund based on those days because they don't consider those working days. That's how it's going to affect the masses. Just giving some general information out to everybody, period. Other than that, if you haven't filed your taxes, you don't have to worry about it anyway. But if you filed your taxes and was expected to come at a certain time, this may delay you a couple days, not a month, but maybe delay you a couple of days because those are not considered business days, period. That's how the government shutdown is going to affect people. Yeah. There's not going to be a war. There's no EMP. The world's not flat.
I keep telling people that shit. I get tired of hearing that.
Yeah. I'm not going into that.
At all. We're not even going to have this conversation here.
I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, it's a blueprint. It's a way you do things. It's like as we see in the streets. You know, it's the way you do things, the way you don't do things. It's the way certain things in life you just don't do. And right now, I just look at hip hop right now as taking a turn for some of the things you just should not do.
There's a whole bunch of copy.
There's certain things you should not be sitting here promoting. Like, how do you sit here and talk about popping pills, snort coke, drink lean, stay
funny you say that,
act ignorant,
very funny you say that,
high all the time, and all this shit. Like,
it's ridiculously funny you say that.
Forget that there's kids who pay attention to everything we say, emulate us in every way. But why I say this is this. My kids and the neighborhood kids know who me and my cousins are, know what we do as artists. Now, my cousin's walking through the park behind my house on his way to my house to record. All the little kids in the park are singing our song. At first, he doesn't realize they're singing our song till he really gets close up. And he's hearing that they're singing our song called I'm Fucked Up. Mind you, these are kids.
Yeah.
The youngest is 6. The oldest is maybe 14, 15. And he had to stop and think like, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, man, like that song is really a fucked up song, which it is.
Yeah.
Because they talk about things that they do and I do that we really do. And I smoke a lot of weed and I drink, but I smoke weed. Anyhow, it really took an effect on what we started putting out now because I was like, wait a minute. These kids are really into what we say and they following and I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. No, that's not cool for no kid to be singing my song. I'm fucked up. I'm sorry. I don't support that. I don't. Now, if you're an adult singing it, yeah, turn the fuck up.
But it's different.
But I don't support kids singing
But it's
that
different
song.
when you and your group are influencing accidentally. Different when your government is influencing the masses to redirect.
That's the problem.
Yeah, we're gonna get into our show today. Today on our show, we're gonna be talking about drug culture. Not just in basis of hip hop, but across the board. Where does drugs come from now? We no longer got drug cartels. This ain't Colombia. This ain't Mexican weed. This is a different thing. Where did the opiates come from? Where does the Percocet come from? Where do these drugs come from? Where are they made from?
Oh, Canada. You ain't know?
Nah, they don't. The drugs
are made in Canada.
The drug. I'm going to give you a specific guaranteed spot. 40%. 43% of the actual product of drugs that are considered opiates are produced and distributed out of Afghanistan. Oh, yeah. 90% of the poppy seeds in the world are there. So if you got poppy seed across the world, like, so what do you make out of poppy?
A whole bunch.
Heroin.
So if you wonder why
cocaine,
opiates are so addictive,
we went over when George Bush got in the office and everybody was talking about oil. Gas ain't went down. But heroin is back. It's out here like McDonald's on every corner.
It came back like how it was back in the 70s when I was born. Yeah. I'm a 76 baby. And back in the 70s, man, that shit was running rampant.
When you go to a corner store now, you see one drug on the shelf that's made from this product that we take for granted. It's on a very, very, very low level. But when you talk about acetaminophen, the drug in Tylenol,
it's in Benadryl too.
In Benadryl, specifically,
it's in NyQuil.
Everybody has had the sniffles.
I take it because I haven't got allergies.
Benadryl is made from the same thing heroin is made from.
Yeah.
Period. Point blank. And it's the across the board the most widely distributed heroin product on the market.
And it's the lowest form of heroin. Like
you can grab them. You can grab these fuckers at CVS. And anywhere, so
it's like a 0.
That's your first. That's your first. That's the actual gateway drug is now Benadryl. Then they get addicted to that. Don't get them nowhere no more. Then you get a injury like a football player, and now you're on OxyContin, and then Percocet, and then Vicodin, and then whatever other opiate based.
Then your prescription runs out, and then you're trying to find that drug on the streets, but it's expensive as hell to find and hard to find a script.
Guess what's out there?
What's cheaper than
Guess what's out there?
I gotta. You know what? I'm gonna have to give my. You know one thing. I say this and I miss my mom to death, and my mom was prescribed all that shit. My mom fought cancer for 13 years, bro. She had a double mastectomy. Both her breasts took. She fought cancer,
God rest her soul, bro.
Heart disease, COPD, diabetes, all this, bro. She had OxyContin 80. She was on morphine and all this. Do you know my mama barely even took that stuff unless she really, really had to?
Because she knew what was up.
Like she knew, like at the end of the day, I got told my mom it damages your liver and lungs and all that stuff. Even worse the longer you take any of this stuff. Long period of form of taking anything damages your insides. Period. Point blank. Whether it's Vicodin, Percocet, OxyContin, morphine, whatever. Anything that you take damages your liver and lungs over a long period of time. At the end of the day, I had to salute my mom because she never let that stuff be her crutch to where it never got to the point where she was like, "Oh, this ain't enough. I need something else," and turned to a hardcore drug.
But like, here's back to what we were talking about before. That put a family member like you in a very rough way because you were taking care of her during that time. Like people don't get like taking care of your family. So now you got access to these.
For y'all don't
my
know,
nigga, bro.
I took care of my mom.
Every day gave his mom her cancer medicine till she died and left this world.
I'm certified all day long. I got degrees and everything, so don't think y'all talking to somebody stupid. I hold 2 college degrees from Emory University in literary arts.
That's why I said Black Seed is a good person to be in here because he can talk to y'all about what cancer drugs are. They are
I did chemo and everything.
They're ridiculously strong.
Do you know one chemo treatment that my mom would take, bro? I used to go to Zane Meister Cancer Center and salute to that cancer center because they are very fabulous. With
where are they located at, bro?
Right here on Cassidy Avenue, right here in Columbus, Ohio, but they have multiple locations across the nation. They're one of the best cancer facilities ever in the world as far as care. Now, the nurse used to break down everything it took for my mom to take one chemo treatment. Do you know one needle was $10,000? The one patch of drugs that my mom was taking was $50,000. The IV that one of my mom's on was $25,000. It all totaled up at the end. She broke everything down plus her hours and time doing this moves. It totaled almost like $180,000 just for my mom. So imagine it's like 200 people in this cancer center getting chemo at the same time. Bro, it's just my mom alone.
Yeah, bro. You know,
her numbers.
You know, I know.
Almost $180,000.
So as we
for one treatment.
So we do that. So what we alluding to is that the reason that the United States is over there involved in this because there's a lot of money involved in it. There's healthcare money, healthcare level, Pfizer. We talk about Procter and Gamble, Wall Street. We talk about GE, Walmart. Walmart has their own drug company. They make their own drugs. So the drugs you get at a Walmart, they produce in their own drug labs.
We'll go even deeper into going to the Rockefellers, the JP Morgans. Yeah. You know, we can go all
They
the way
finance
like
the companies that buy the drugs.
So
you wonder why the United States would actually send troops into a desert area to fight over 2% of the oil in the region. It couldn't be about oil.
Look, anybody who's a true smoker know anything about Afghan Kush, the name speaks for itself. It's from Afghanistan.
It's been known for drugs.
It's grown. And look, no, the Afghan Kush plant is grown in the desert, in the mountains of Afghanistan. And it's a hot, warm climate.
Do you know what? Here's a part that's going to really fluck you up with that. It's grown amongst the poppy seed, which makes heroin.
And cocaine and some other shit.
And you wonder why the marijuana is so powerful nowadays? Because a lot of it's cross-strand with poppy seeds and things like that to give it a deeper potency. And we like the feel, we like the high, but it comes with an addictive property that people don't take seriously until you don't realize that you're addicted to high-grade marijuana like another person is addicted to another drug.
But you also have to look at it like this. Most people don't know, if they don't know anything about marijuana, is this. Certain strands of marijuana are grown for certain things. All marijuana is not meant to give you a head high. Some is meant to be a body high. Some marijuana are crossbred plants called hybrids.
Now, our youth want to get as high as fast as possible so they can stay high as long as possible.
What they do with a hybrid plant is they're able to change the name of the plant because they took two different plants and crossbreeded them into one to make something else.
Bro, I feel
so it gets stronger and stronger with the potency depending on the breeds that you cross.
But what we talk about right here is trying to make sure that we evaluating where these are. Like when you're looking at drugs from a global perspective.
Now, you talk about fentanyl, my G.
Not fentanyl, but here's the game with fentanyl. Fentanyl is a heroin clone. Yeah. They use heroin's genetic structure
as a cut
to be able to figure out how to make fentanyl. That's why they can make it in such small molecules and it's still so strong.
That's why people was cutting heroin with fentanyl.
And they thought it would cut evenly, but it didn't. We had this same problem when they made ice and they started trying to cut it with cocaine. And we got China White and it was killing people then too. It happens in these eras because we've been in these streets. I've been out in the streets since the early 80s.
I've been in the streets since I was 11 years old.
So as you transfer throughout the process, you've seen these different waves of drugs they brought in, and they just like the United States was involved in the cocaine cartels and the China White and that kind of shit. You don't think they was going to be involved in this drug culture right here?
Oh, they never took their hands off of it.
The fact that they grow an Afghan Kush in the same fields with the poppy seeds is the back. That's the reason that these grades of marijuana are so powerful and so addictive. Because people think that they're really not addicted to it. I smoke weed. So are you telling me that you don't get a craving or you don't feel a certain kind of way when you ain't got it? It's a drug.
I will say this. Now, when it comes to smoking Kush, sativa, hybrid plant, whatever, compared to mid-grade, It's a totally different.
Feel me, bro? And that's what's being
very
popularized. They're not saying to get you some meds, smoke you some reg. They saying get you the best possible fucking weed. Real shit. Now listen, get the best possible weed you can get the highest milligram of lean you can get you a perk 50. Get real shit. Have all this shit on at the same time. Smack all this in your body, and then you'll be cool. And it happens, and they killing themselves one by one. One by one, the youth is dying one by one with this mentality about drugs.
Now I will advocate on this, and
just like they was killing themselves one by one because of thugs.
Facts.
Like first they pushed thug rap. Now they push drug rap.
Yeah. Fact. And we got to stop looking at it like this is not an agenda-based situation.
Oh, yeah, it's a government agenda because they trying
to
it's bigger than
it's bigger than
Nino Brown.
Yeah, it's bigger than government. You got to talk about being able to change the whole mentality of a people at the same time. And there's different governments. You talk about a global scam.
Yeah.
There's so much money in drugs that there's more money in drugs than in oil. Can you think about that?
Yeah, I put it like this now. Do you know
the drug cartels are richer than Arab princes?
Now I'm gonna put you like this.
That's crazy.
I mean, look at Chapo. El Chapo, bro, got more money there. Bro, he got more.
No, they have enough money to fake to tell you they went to jail for the rest of their life.
El Chapo got Bill Gates money.
No, they think everybody think these people are in jail. They're not in jail. The news get paid to tell you they in jail. They walking around the streets. It's a proven fact, and they show up from time to time at just somebody's party. Wasn't he arrested? He supposed to be in jail for the rest of his life. He just go to the party because you got bread beyond like imaginability. If you can grow poppy seeds out the ground over and over and over and over again, they make you billions of dollars. You can grow them with poor people in the middle of the desert. It's the biggest hustle in the world right now.
Yeah.
Period. And we can talk about heroin because it's a lower level dirty thing, but nigga, we talk about Percocet and Vicodin and every other thing they make out of those poppy seeds. Period. So that's drug hustling now, on a global scale. I ain't gonna lie,
I do advocate though. I am always gonna advocate on side of the cannabis plant. I do believe in trying to get the best grade of cannabis at all times.
But we talk about how they use the combination. We used to be a beer and weed culture. That's what hip hop was.
I still am. I'm more of a weed culture.
Every once in a while, niggas would do a slop bop, which is basically mixing some cocaine and such.
I'm about to say there was a slight little crack epidemic there in the 80s.
Sam's, I remember that. You know what I'm saying?
There was some coke too with Curtis Blow. I mean, the nigga's name was Curtis Blow.
There was a lot of coke, actually. Coke was big in the 80s, bro. I remember literally being out and like dudes would just pour coke out and snort it in front of you, and nobody gave a shit.
Hey, that tripped me out the first time I seen that. I was like 8 years old. And seeing one of the big homies like
just snort.
Wow, and I was like, what the hell? And I hear like, hey, get
that shit started because coke started coming back like the early the early 2000s.
What do you say?
In the 70s, coke was a rich.
We got a paperclip.
I'm gonna get you when we go to the break, brother. I got you.
Back in the 70s, cocaine was a rich man's high back then. Like they said only the rich folks did cocaine back then.
Hey man, you trying to open up lemon juice, man? We on the air, man. Hey,
that's the RAC PAC is in the building.
What you say? A paper cup to open up a can?
No, he need so he can pop the hole on the top of the joint.
Oh, grab the tack off the wall.
Yeah, we said a thumbtack. Yeah.
There you go.
Now you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all crazy.
I mean,
man.
But back then, in the 70s, cocaine was a rich man.
I hate you, man. You go to hell.
You know what I'm saying? Back then. It wasn't as bad in the inner city as it is now.
Bro,
I mean, the 90s, the end of the 70s, early 80s, it hit the inner
I have
city.
never seen drugs this bad. Listen, I'm born in the 70s, raised to the 80s, grew up in the 90s, became a grown-ass man, and I'm telling you, drugs have never been as bad now as they have ever been.
Yeah.
This is the worst drug epidemic I ever seen in my life.
It's a lot more shit compared to what it was when you came up.
No, it's a lot more acceptable to be a dope fiend than it is to be a real nigga.
Man, I'm sorry, no, that's not acceptable. And I'm saying that.
You're
saying it,
but in popular culture,
it's better for you to be going to rehab. They got TV shows that you can be famous going to rehab.
Look, let me make this statement. Check this out. There is no way in God's name on earth is it ever cool or acceptable to be a dope fiend in any form of fashion. I'm just saying it's a code of ethics and integrity at the end of the day, and I approve this much, and this is Black Season. And if you got a problem with anything I said, flat out,
can we get an endorsement from the Franklin County president?
I'm straight G. I'm the same way on social media as I am in person. On crit, cuz on everything I stand on.
100
all day, 100, 1 million. There is no way acceptable of being no dope fiend. No,
none.
Hell no, fuck no.
Don't do it.
No, hell no.
Man, I feel you.
Man, real G's that they nuts hang. Fuck the fuck out. Ain't none of that tight pants, old girly ass cut shirt wearing that shit. We ain't no fucking faggots. The fuck? Gangsters don't dance, we boogie, goddamn.
And to our first commercial break.
And let's go. That shit ain't gangster, man.
My niggas, bro. I swear
We'll be right back with Underground Sundays in the RAC PAC.
That's all respect to my cousin.
In my damn blood, how loud we gon' act up. Feel up my damn cup. I'm drunk, I'm gon' act up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. Cup in my damn hand, don't lean like a trickster. Got on my rape, bitch. My eyes red like cocaine. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm gone. I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. Push back to Dutchie. Can't nobody touch me. I show her my dick, and she say she wanna fuck me. I'm fucked up, I'm loaded. My eyes low, but I'm focused. I'm sipping on that potion. Got my way from over social. Yeah, I'm going hard. I'm on 2 cents. White pills that Vicodin. I pop them like vitamins. I'm smoking on that trifling, that disgusting. Smelling my shit and it's musty. Look at my shit and it's fluffy. I smoke day and I get cutty. Yeah, I'm blowing green and my swag's mean. Playing bitches, I coach a team. Mixed right with codeine. I spitting crack, got dope beans. My jewelry like TVs, real clear like HD. See me, I'm shiny. My swag stay on high beams. Fuck you, pay me. Loud pack 2Ks B. Yo, bitch got on that Maybelline. I beat her over and hit a spleen. On Friday, I'm off E. All day I smoke tree. My dough long like Cortez. I'm fucked up like all week. Shit, my damn blood, how loud we gon' act up. Feel up my damn cup. I'm drunk, I'm gon' act up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. Cup in my damn hand, don't lean like a trickster. Got on my rape, bitch. My eyes red like cocaine. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. On hood, I'm fucked up. Dukes in the cup, loud pack in the blood. Big boy, pocket truck, buffing with the steelers. Smoking till my body numb. Bango and codeine, mixed it with that Dramamine. That makes that super lean. That mean my core mean. Night wheel, my pace scheme. Trimmer door on the wheel, like it in steering wheel. All trims on the seat. Bitch, relax and ride with me. DUI is lane to lane. Guys pull me on fuck, man. Bad bitch outside her hip. 45, she talk shit. 32 go in the clip. Letting off you timing bitch. At the club, I'm getting it in. Go off here, do some chin. Popping bottles, super friends. Batman, fly big. So stay with that Iron Man. Wonder Woman, invisible check. That's the way I ride, bitch. How'd you cook the Dutchie? I keep that lock pad with me. I'm rolling up to Poland as I'm lighting up the Dutchie. Get it? Good shit, my damn blood. How loud we gon' act up. Feel up my damn cup. I'm drunk, I'm gon' act up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. Cup in my damn hand, don't lean like a trickster. Got on my rape, bitch. My eyes red like cocaine. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. Nick, I'm too hot. Better wear a visor. All my goons bang. Call it street fighters. All my guns big. Talking supersize. Take your girl quick. Get my shaking fire. Who's I mean her shaking thighs. I'm getting drunk and getting high. Smoking on that fire. I'm a pyro. I'm high as hell. So you know my eyes low. Take a break. bro. Bucket bang in Ohio. 614 be the area code. Stay strapped up, nigga. Lock it low. Northside, nigga. Like the fucking North Pole. Got a gun, nigga. Laser on your nose. Blow your face off just to see how much you glow. Don't give two shits. Only fuck with some. These blues get turned into violence. Sad story violence, nigga. Kush in my damn blood. How we gon' act up. Fill up my damn cup. I'm drunk, I'm gon' act up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. Cup in my damn hand. Don't lean like a chick stick. Got on my rape. My eyes red like cocaine. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm gone. Bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up like Lohan. Britney Spears, Pepsi can. Purple drink up in my hand. Mary Jane pass around my damn friends. I'm loaded up like a shotgun. Your girlfriend licked up on my cum. Said it tastes like pineapples, but I'm off that 5-1. My eyes closed, my body jumping. Keep those 2 pills, I'm on something. There a nigga that say shit. Need in the car, go grab the bitch. Yellow 111 when I hit the strip. 4 wheels, ain't see the gross riding with. Blue color selling tracks up out the crib. With your bitch wood, I hit a wood chest. I'm gone. Oh.
Mic check, Nick. We are live. We back at Underground Sundays with the RAC PAC. You know what I'm saying? We back in the building here live in Columbus. You know, bringing these fellas to you guys live. They got a lot of new and important things they're doing around the country. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I was down in Chapel Hill when we were doing the little BOB thing. And it was strange that they was down the street. We never got to really get a chance to hook up. I met them earlier when we first started our show on Ground Sundays, and we were just kind of getting our footing out here. And they were, you know, respectful, and we're appreciative of them to coming in when we were trying to get ourselves together. So they got some major shit popping. So we back in here with the RAC PAC so they could talk their shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, they got fly music. They got a dope situation. So, you know, we're going to start it off right off the top. You know, who we want to start? We're going to start with JR. We're gonna get Jesus on here, Dame, you're gonna do, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, like what we doing, like what's coming up next, what's going on with the RAC PAC?
What's going on, everybody? JR, you know what I'm saying? I represent them 6 letters, RAC PAC, RAC PAC. We in the building. And a couple of things we got coming up. The main thing we got coming up, and I know y'all coming out, March 17th, we gonna be at Newport. We opening up for A-Ball MJG.
I'm gonna say this at Ball and G Scarface.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will be there. Don't worry.
Opening up for them.
Hey, actually, like if y'all really want us to do, like, what day is that?
March 17th.
What's the day of the week though?
That's on Saturday.
Hey, bro, let's do a remote. I'll talk to George about it. So it's Saturday 17th.
Yep.
Right. We can squeeze that. I'm on that.
Go get it popping. Yeah.
I'm on that. Thanks for your heads up. That give me enough time to get that organized. We can swing that.
Absolutely. And then the next weekend we gonna be in Atlanta, starting off the tour mic, top mic. This competition that we won in Miami. We actually got our distribution deal with them, and they starting it off in Atlanta on the 24th. That's Saturday, March the 24th in Atlanta, when it's going down. Yeah. Man, we got a whole lot going on, man.
New album just dropped on Friday, Pure TA.
Yeah, man. We had first of all, we had a pre-conversation about this shit yesterday. So for this nigga to be coming in here like, I don't know. Nah, JR, we gonna start over. What's going on with the album? What's up with the show? All of that, man.
Like, we got so much going on. Like, we just did something before we came here. You know, we just did something before we came here. You know,
I like that, bro. Man, what was y'all working? Where y'all coming from? What was y'all working on?
Man, we actually, you know what I'm saying, got this promo marketing team we put together or whatnot to put us really, really out there or whatnot. Right. And man, it was
seen a lot of all over the place.
Dope.
For sure. Dope. And the album dropped on the night.
What's the name of that?
Pure THC. Pure THC.
If you don't know what that is a special substance. You know what I'm saying? You can Google that. Google THC.
It's out everywhere or whatnot. We had a little technical difficulties and whatnot, but it should drop. It's supposed to drop on Friday, but
hey, that happens, bro. It's better for it to be right than somebody try to pull your shit up.
When you say everywhere, what do you mean by everywhere? Is it on Tidal? Is it on Apple Music? Is it on Google Play?
iTunes? All of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said,
any particular song on it we should be looking out for? What's the single on this joint?
One time just popping off.
Who's on that one?
Oh man, you got bro.
Me and Big Bro.
Big Bro here. Right now. Hey, Seuss the legend. He's like 8 feet tall. Please. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to play him out like he little homie. He big homie in the room. You know what I'm saying?
Big Bro.
Yeah, that's Big Bro. We 100. We gotta give respect. Respect is due. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. But you know what I'm saying? Like even being in this environment with y'all, trying to understand what y'all movement is. If I'm a fan out here and I need to find out what RAC PAC is about, what's y'all movement? What y'all do? What y'all about?
Man, you can go. You can well.
Man, our movement, we about unity. We trying to bring Columbus together. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their thing in the land and they all together. They help each other, pull each other up. RAC PAC, you know, we representing that. We trying to pull each other up, everybody on. You know what I'm saying? One person on, everybody on. And that's what we on.
Yeah, it's like a movement. Like he said, like a movement. You know, we all for the team and we all for other rappers, you know what I'm saying, in the city. We trying to work together because I think if you got a movement going on, if this person get on, and y'all been working together, the next person to get on. I think if we work together and get that ball movement, you know what I'm saying, everybody can get on. It's like a
I agree with you. That's different than collaboration. I think people get caught up in that collab where, honestly, collaboration should cost you. If I'm giving you something and I'm a specialist at it, that should cost you. So what y'all talking about is community, you know what I'm saying, for everybody. Type shit, you know what I'm saying? That's dope.
You need a little bit of information, or where should I, you know, what I do to get this type of exposure? Where can I go over here to get this show? Y'all did a show over here. Who can I talk to over here? You know, we willing to get our information
because it's enough for everybody. It's enough for everybody.
That's the thing is what y'all calling it is really networking.
Yeah.
So you gotta build the relationships. Like I build bridges with all these artists out here. I got crib homies, blood homies, all that. No matter bang, no bang. You know, so I got homies from everywhere. Me and Big Bro go way back. Your family, my family.
Absolutely.
So it's building that network and a relationship where I hit the homies up and then always about music.
Yeah.
What's up with mom dudes? How the kids doing, bro? How you doing?
Personal information.
You know what I'm saying? You build that network and bring them up. When you hit that booth, it's natural. It don't sound put together and made up like, oh, he was here and you was there and y'all weren't even on the same way. So it's all about that network and building a bridge. And when you don't click hop or, you know, all that mess and get caught up in that mess, so don't. Because it'll come your way. Trust me. I'm telling you from a professional. It gonna come your way. To where people make you feel you got to choose sides or choose this and that. No, don't even get caught up in that, bro. Bro, I network with everybody.
Absolutely.
I give information freely. And information I got, people get paid for.
I mean, in all actuality,
I'm not gonna charge the homies.
That's really symbolic of what RAC PAC is. You know what I mean? Because you got a whole bunch of niggas from.
My bad, I didn't mean to put it all in your face.
Yeah, he working, JB working, bro.
I'm over here working. My bad.
But you know, you got homies from different situations. You know what I mean? Who came together, and if you look at the original RAC or the RAC PAC, you know what I mean? Sammy Davis Jr., a nigga,
exactly,
with a Jew and with an Italian, and then with another white. You know what I mean? It was, but they came together. And when they came together, it was just something special. And that's how this whole RAC PAC situation is. Like it's a bunch of us. You know what I mean? It's the homies. It's just us right now that's rapping. But it's a bunch of us.
That's why I called y'all movement. I want to give, you know, I want to give respect to what y'all doing. I done been at y'all events. I done seen y'all out. Y'all not out there by yourself, and not to disrespect what other people are doing, what y'all doing. So I don't care about the track from anybody else's success. Y'all success. Y'all buildings are full. Y'all rooms are crazy. The crowd knows y'all songs. That means y'all doing a good job promoting, so people heard your music before. That's dope. You gotta love that shit. You on stage, they say y'all shit. Come on, man. Everybody act like that's not dope. That's it. That's what you on stage for.
I seen Homie in the corner. We was at Tasty Trini. He was on in the corner, man. He was messing with us, man, and I thought you were gonna get on stage with us, man, but it was at Tasty Trini.
I was probably drinking, and it was like, I gotta excuse me. When I'm in my element, man, I don't know what to do, man.
Raven got bad bones. He liable to break something.
It was something. I healed up pretty good. I'm good.
Nah, he was in Tasty Trini, though. He was messing with us, though.
Nigga, when the hell was that?
That was the girl's birthday party.
Yeah, it was packed in there. That was that.
I don't remember.
I know he don't remember. I know, but
I think I died. Okay.
What's your recent? What's the most recent show? What's the last thing y'all did?
Thursday night.
Where was that at?
Plus strip.
I seen. I brought it up because I seen y'all motherfucking pictures.
to the Instagram.
It's amazing. It's amazing how niggas go do that kind of shit. Don't mention that to nobody. They doing it. I'm looking at these niggas scooted out of town. Oh, that's what's up.
Oh man, you know, we missed Gigi. Shout out to her, man.
Yeah, definitely.
She
area.
Yeah, absolutely, man. She said, man, y'all better come out. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was texting her. She was like, we should make this an every week thing coming to the DL.
That sound good on paper. I feel you.
Right. You know,
I hear they are.
Them weekly things start getting expensive.
Yeah, we
man.
From experience, we had a place that was close enough for us to do that kind of business at.
Yeah.
And eventually it just becomes too much to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So because they eventually don't do their end like they did the first time because they were so excited about it. And then you coming down there for blown moments. That might not happen to y'all, but that was my experience.
I got you. You.
Now y'all okay.
Dayton, my homeboy Mo Better from Dayton. He a big promoter down there. It was a thing they had down in Hamilton, Ohio. And they wanted to make like a weekly thing. And I'm like,
Yeah, I feel it. But okay, so y'all got the new album, Pure THC, that just dropped. So how many projects is that for y'all? Because like y'all know that I know y'all personally. I remember when y'all first started setting up the mic and the studio and everything over at the spot. You know what I'm saying?
Come through and laces.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I never forgot I got into that little freestyle battle with a little homie that came through that one time.
Oh man, he was just over to JB. He was over the other day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we was getting it in. So how many projects is this for y'all so far? Like mixtape albums, you know, put together from when y'all started then, because I know y'all had the
in the streets,
in the street,
1 through 4.
I was about to say in the streets,
1 through 4.
Yeah. When y'all started hashtagging the phrase "Sting Team,"
right?
Sting Team girls too.
Yeah, okay.
We got the Sting Team girls.
Yes, y'all remember them flyers? Guys,
So
she gonna come back
so
to
that's
hot y'all later. Them fucking flyers from the early enterprise.
So what? This make this what project number 5? 6?
Number 5. This will be a real album.
This y'all first real album, but number 5 project. From y'all starting putting this thing together, at the spot. I'm just gonna say it like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So, all right. So number 5. All right. So what things will people that been following y'all will come to expect from y'all from doing like the mixtapes to now doing an official album.
Well, we're gonna put together another album. Before we do that, though, actually we have a RAC PAC Gang.
Okay.
Which is a Kang right here.
Kang. Oh man,
Kang RAC PAC Gang. It's about 6 of them. We're gonna we got a RAC PAC Gang album we're putting together. We're gonna release that.
Okay.
And then me and bro want to do our own solo albums and come back, put together another RAC PAC album. So, yeah, we're gonna keep moving and keep feeding the streets.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. All right, so what? All right, so y'all sent us some music. What singles should we be looking out for?
Man, the whole album.
Man,
one time, the first single we got is One Time.
Like how they told us when we sent them, because we did everything in our spot. What I mean? So when they got a hold of it, they was like, well, we want to remaster it and give it that professional.
Now who was that? I mean,
he talking about, and I talked to them on the we talking about maximum feedback. This is
our situation.
Yeah, these are the A&Rs with Sony Records. Shout out to Tarian, and I hope I'm saying it right because I know you listening. And Lauren, we talk to them all the time. They've been helping
every
us out.
day. I know they sick of hearing from us. We
but they've been getting us through. Yeah, and you know what, all the time. Any questions that I got, they always answering and whatnot. But that's who he referring to as far as like the mixing and mastering. And then they was like, hey y'all got all y'all songs on here is like.
Every last one of them, they was like, it's to them, it was a commercial album.
Yeah,
what I mean. It really wasn't meant to be that.
Damn, y'all done went commercial already.
Hey,
damn.
And see this.
Man, that take one phone call from Sony. Y'all niggas is Gucci ganging it now.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. She was like, she said this is a commercial album.
Hey, man.
All right, it's a commercial album.
All right, well, we about to get into this now. Usually I listen to the music before it come through, but this time I wanted to be in the moment with everybody here, so I didn't listen to anything that you guys sent me. So I have heard the track one time, online a couple times. I think Dame, you was in the video on Instagram
Oh, yeah,
on y'all's
little
RAC
snippet
PAC.
on there,
Yeah, or I always get the little sponsored by RAC PAC in my feed all the time. Like, y'all doing your job and y'all marketing and promotion. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to make the executive decision because y'all on my motherfucking show. We're all show. And we're going to go ahead and drop that one time. And what other joint y'all want to drop?
I said four.
Yeah, you said 4 tracks.
Well, you told me to send.
Yeah, you can send. You can send.
I sent the clean versions. Yeah, I said.
Yeah, y'all commercial now. Y'all commercial now.
Yeah, man, we only did that for 106, man, because we going on. You know what I'm saying?
We got one time, still moving, playground, and shades. We're going right in that order, right?
Yeah. Let's go. One time, still moving, then come back, holler at these niggas for a hot little second, and then we'll play the other 2.
All right. That cool?
All right, we'll be back.
Hey, send y'all shit out to do y'all social media. We're gonna start playing your song.
RAC PAC, RAC PAC, yeah. Women in the house, finger taught me how to thug it out. All about that big extra summer shorty about the back. All you trapping out the car, black that 80s baby. Put that dope in my bottle now. Dope is roll mine. Jackie 10, chop the roof off the Tesla model. Yeah, more than Tesla track. Smack the club is model. Party at John T's, I'm posting up. Dilly bottle, all I know is to get done. Yeah. 1 time for the track god, 2 times for the track queens, 1 time for the heads, 2 times for the dope, 1 time for the stripper. Long as your queen, 2 times for the getting money. Do your thing, hey, do your thing, 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 do your thing. My city on the rise, big bread, extra yeast, we young bucks and we coming. Beauty with an extra beast, we wild and we out here. Big plate, extra feast, start from the south side. I'm getting money out east, my grinding hard, my grinding checks. That's cookies in my jar. We popping down flex. That's diamonds on my charm. That's gold round my neck. That's Z-Block, that's Southfield, that's SG, my set. Yeah. 1 time for the track god, 2 times for the track queens, 1 time for the heads, 2 times for the dope, 1 time for the stripper. Long as your queen, 2 times for the getting money. Do your thing, hey, do your thing, 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 do your thing. RAC PAC, RAC PAC. Phone ain't ringing, but my door still moves. Trap phone slow, but the trap still moves. All gold chains and the diamonds stay moved. Stay moved, stay moved, stay moved, stay moved. Axa, how you doing? Trap still moves. Mug Axa for his cash pack still moves. Phone ain't ringing, but the door still moves. It still moves, still moves, still moves. Stay moving like these guys stay choosing. 5,000 watts, it doesn't matter who I'm bruising. Gold rush, royal flush. Now who the fuck? No, who can I trust? No one. 2-headed coin, all about the stats. Mattress back, selling pigs by the trash bags. Gelato in my joint. I'm at my peak, the highest point. Stay tuned as I school you Looney Tunes. Get them for the low, then you let them pigs flow. Trap stay moving like my pockets stay on inflow. I bleed for the cash, yeah. Grab and smash, I'll boot gang ya. Grab and smash, yeah. I'll boot gang ya. 5,000 phone ain't ringing, but my door still moves. Trap phone slow, but the trap still moves. All gold chains and the diamonds stay moved. Stay moved, stay moved, stay moved. Axa, how you doing? Trap still moves. Mug Axa for his cash pack still moves. Phone ain't ringing.
ringing, but the door still moves. Still moves. Still moves. Still moves. Still moves. Couple years strong and the trap still moving. Pretty good. You can tell how I'm doing. Bad. You can tell how they choose it. Coming to the crib, no talking, we screwing. 24 inches, you can tell how I'm moving. Loud truck slap, when I'm cruising. Cruise on my team, you know we ain't losing. Winners in my circle, know how we do it. Yeah. Okay. Phone ain't ringing, but my door still moves. Trap phone slow, but the trap still moves. All gold chains and the diamonds stay moving. Stay moving. Stay moving. Asking how you doing, trap still moving. Bug asking for his gas pack, still moving. Phone ain't ringing, but the door still moves. Still moving. Still moving. Still moving. Still moving. Yeah.
Welcome back to WTMH Radio, Underground Sundays. You know what I'm saying? We got Raven Capone on the ones and twos. My man Big Moose the Pro Slumlord Studio. Sir. Got Black Caesar in the building. We got, you know, RAC PAC, Columbus Zone, Southside on, Southfield Zone, RAC PAC in the building. You know what I'm saying? Alabama Master P, JR, you know, manager extraordinaire. Before
any publicity is good publicity.
So we just, you know what I'm saying, we just heard the 2 tracks off of the, you know, the newly released Pure TAC by the RAC PAC. The first track was one time for the Dope Fiends, one time for the Trap Queens, something like that. I'm fucking y'all shit up, I know. And then we played, and then the next one was Still Moving, Trap Still Moving, by the RAC PAC. But before we get started, can we get an introduction for everybody? Like, we kind of just jump right into the shit. Y'all know how we do here at Underground Sunday. Sometimes it be welcome to my hood, just like the motherfucking tag for the radio station. So we'll go ahead and start from the end. I know y'all niggas, and probably pretty much a lot of motherfuckers do know y'all niggas, but some people might not.
I'm Dang 5,000. You call me 5K. JR there.
I'm going by Master P, like y'all said.
Fuck it, we just gonna go with that.
You know what I'm saying? JR, the manager here, man.
Shit, my name Kane, Cocaine Crazy. Feel me? I'm from the east side. You know how I'm funny.
You know, Sweet Jimmy Fox, aka Jesus, aka Big Wayne, aka Wayne Doodoo, aka that's always on. They call me Pluck. Look, I done had all types of names. I got about 20 different aliases.
Yeah. So what's going on with y'all, man?
Okay. And one more time before we get started, man. Shout out to Sean Diddy Combs and that new motherfucking vodka. That shit is smooth.
Oh man,
tequila. My fault. That
which one is it?
Deleon. We only could get it at the Prime. Hey, they got.
I had the gold top one last year. The gold top one had a nigga sleep in his car at the White Council, bro.
Oh yeah,
that gold top. Yeah, I ain't had that one. That gold top though was something serious.
Only fucked up thing. Only thing fucked up about that is we actually got a homie named Deleon, and I don't want to be running around saying I was sipping on Deleon.
Fucking up the whole mode.
Yeah, that's not G. But okay, we back from break. We back from break, man. We heard the 2 tracks one time.
Shout out to Deleon.
Yeah. So who produced the 2 tracks?
Frisco Denario. Shoot, he's from the
Frisco.
Damn, is it like that?
Yeah, he's from the east side as well.
Okay. East side, Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay. So what, you know what I'm saying? What, you know, as far as with the tracks, like what was the inspiration behind the tracks? Like when y'all made it, you know, what was y'all trying to do? What was y'all's vision? What was y'all's motive?
Well, like all them tracks, most of them we be in the moment with them. So like Still Moving, just that day, you know, that what was going on. You know, I mean, our phone wasn't ringing, but yeah, the drawer and everything, it was still going down. It's just that's what was going on. So we in the studio every day since we have the opportunity to have it right there. So that's whatever we feeling, that's what we putting down. So that
out of the group, who usually gets it started?
Me.
There's always one, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
Me, cause I'm the newest to it, bro. As you know, he a vet, so I'm the newest to it. So I'm really hungry.
He gave us his 19 veteran names. We got that.
Right. So I'm real hungry. I'm still, trying to get information. I need it. I'm hungry for the information.
What kind of music inspires you? We all get local music. We all listen to each other, but when you think about you get in your car, besides RAC PAC, because I'm sure the motherfuckers in your deck, who else in your deck?
Well, lately I've been listening to that new Migos, that culture.
Money bags in there.
Money bag. I mean, that's money bag. The Dro, young Dro. I like Dro.
Y'all liked that Dro record?
Yeah. And I just got into that new one. Yeah. It's a little bit.
Hey, I do got a question for them.
What's up with it?
Okay, now, as a businessman and as an artist, I sit back and I listen to what y'all got going on. And I support y'all's movement and salute. Shout out 101 million. Anything Black Seeds can do, me and my team, Fox, you already know how we get down, bro. Anything I can help y'all do, network, information, I'm here. Now, artist to artist, businessman to businessman, outside of music, what other endeavors is RAC PAC trying to do with themselves outside of music? Because as an artist, if you don't know, please know. Most artists signed to a deal under a point system only made $12 an hour after everybody's paid back, meaning studio management, role manager, sound man, light man, tour manager, the whole nine. What other endeavors are y'all looking forward to in y'all's career, or what y'all trying to build as y'all build y'all's career to get into, to expand y'all's market and y'all's brand?
Y'all want the artist to say that?
We're all entrepreneurs.
Actually, we expect the artist to answer that, because even though you're their manager, it's their career.
It's still their career.
A whole vision.
Well, we've already started expanding.
As you see, our merchandise, we real heavy into the merchandise.
The merch. We definitely got the merch pop.
So when Activision start fucking up about them peas, I'm just bringing it up right now.
The merchandise. I got t-shirts.
I'm letting you know when y'all get famous, Activision gonna sue y'all niggas.
I didn't even pick the seat. Look at the seat.
Bro, I said it already. When I seen it, I was like, man, they gonna get y'all niggas, bro.
But you know what? I don't know, because that nigga Cool Swag was running around here using all kind of different people's logos and was getting away with it.
And into the little NBA nigga. Now they ain't paying attention to that shit.
For a car.
Yeah.
Or my little brother's Eminem.
Actually, it's a font.
Eminem really got mad at us for doing this car. And was like, we don't support no stuff.
Hey, that was hold on, time out. Hey, Dame, I'm good at bullshit too. That was dope.
That was dope.
It's an urban font. That was nice, nigga. I make shit up too. I know that's dope.
This is what I do.
What other endeavors y'all interested in getting into besides music?
Videography, we're gonna get more into and rather than just making videos, making like mini movies. Of course, we got Casper over there in the corner, and let me not forget Marcia, because she works hard and do her thing too, But videography, that's another lane we looking to get. I've already wrote a couple of scripts,
right.
So we got a few more things working.
And your music and the connection between the videography, do you feel that you guys should be so much in control of your visuals? Do y'all think that's a good way to look at it?
You should. Our first,
it's a different thought on both. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, our first two videos, and shout out to my little cousin Young Streets, Skrilla Gang.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, he doing his thing.
Got the back hallway stanking every day.
Streets for you.
But our first two videos, they were more so we let him have creative control over the videos. Just let him. And it was cool. We actually rock. It was good videos. It was put together. It was what we wanted. But as we've grown as a label, we just feel like now is the time for us to really put more of our personality into the video. Because
for that movie,
they gotta feel.
And what's the label name?
RAC PAC.
Oh, okay, just checking.
That's exactly what we asking. Like, at some point, this is how you identify yourself as this group. Period. You're gonna be clumped together. No, listen to me. Everybody gonna look at you like local, regional, whatever. How you identify yourself is how the fans remember what you do. This is very memorable to see the Pac-Man imagery. Y'all talking about Pac. It all goes together. That's marketing. That's why I said I wanted to chop it up with y'all on the phone yesterday. Because as we start to expand and look at things from a national perspective, you want the people, the moment your logo come up with that on there. You want them to associate it with the music and the visuals. So that's why I said I want to give y'all credit on the consistency across the board. Sure. If I look at something you guys have done early in the process, it's nice that you guys have maintained the consistent, and everything's different. I've seen flyers different, but consistently, I can look at something and know you guys are associated with. And I can't say that for all groups of people in Columbus.
Yeah, they kind of, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, I mean, y'all definitely been working. I mean, y'all in the places that y'all need to be when y'all need to be there. Oh, shit. Oh, we got to get Rose, your motherfucking chair in the building. My man Rose in the building. Oh, man, it's a family affair.
It's a family affair. Business function too, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, Rose, you know what I'm saying? He's a partner with him with a car lot.
Part of the family.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He part of the
family. That's my dude right there.
Real estate. So, you know what I'm saying? That's going to be different things that we're going to be getting into as well. So, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Rose? You want to sit down, man? You good?
I mean, on all these beautiful blessings y'all been receiving, what has been y'all what has been y'all biggest thing? What's your biggest moment so far? I'm sure there's a billion dope moments coming, but what got y'all niggas turned up? You know what I'm saying? I've been there. I know what it's like. You do something fly, you can feel it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What was y'all little moment so far?
I know y'all had them motherfucking Thursday nights at the prom jumping off. The motherfucking $100 twerk contest. I'll say it for you niggas, okay? That shit was going down. Back when I was a single man.
So I tell y'all, this is my moment.
Yeah. God damn it. God damn. Y'all was handling that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
It was something was working.
Yeah, we started with the prime, and then we took it to Club Chantieres, and then you know what I'm saying, after the contract had ended, Club Chantieres wanted us to come back, but we were trying to bring it up north and look at some different.
Yeah, please bring it up north so I can sneak out the house.
Yeah. Make it easy for Elderman.
Going back to your question, I think the biggest thing I kind of took out of the biggest thing that kind of hit me is just kind of watching everybody, just being able, now I'm at a point where I just, I make songs kind of how I, when I feel like it, you know what I mean? Not to say I'm the shit or anything like that.
That's about right.
I like sitting back and watching the growth of everybody else. We got Chop, he doing his thing. He comes
Chop from Miami, man.
That young boy, as he say, fire.
He said, he country like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He professional. And I get the ability just to sit back and watch them as artists grow. You know what I mean? And
What's your favorite song?
Joy out of
What's your favorite song?
Right now, my favorite song. Oh man,
in the group. I like you in the group. I ain't gonna put you out there in the group. What's your shit?
The last song we did. That's how it's always like that. Because the next one is going to be sweeter.
Exactly.
And it's always the last one.
Yeah, because you got to love them when you're done with them, for real. That's loving your music. How you want me to like it? You ain't even say your last song was dope.
Speaking of songs.
To me, I want to make each song better than I made my last.
Yeah. No doubt. Speaking of songs, okay, we got the other two joints, Playground and...
It's a real
before we do that, who's on these last two? We kind of skipped through the last gen.
Playground, and then what? And Shade. Playground and Shade.
Shade. Both the same way again. Yeah. Who's first?
Playground.
I'm first on Playground.
He's first on Playground,
and he's first on Shade.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's see who's the best right now between y'all.
Underground Sunday. RAC PAC in the building.
Yeah. Show you what it feel like to fuck with a real RAC PAC nigga.
RAC PAC.
Put you up on game.
RAC.
Everybody ain't right though. Gotta be real.
RAC PAC.
Came up, boy. Came up.
RAC PAC. RAC PAC.
Welcome to the playground. Well, I don't play well, baby. What you say now? Come and lay down. Welcome to my playground. What I don't play well. Welcome to my playground. What I don't play well. Welcome to my playground. He's got a Pepsi swag. With a P Diddy hustle. I am the brain and the muscle. A curvy ass bitch who like to play around. Face here's how I get down. Get down. A big old bitch. I mean no big old titties. Them titties, man. To play around. Bitch, it's going down. It's going down. Zoom busy, baby. Or the Columbus Zoo. Like a lion in the jungle. Let me know you. It's a catch-22. I wanna be your friend. By the way, I wanna fuck you. I'm not playing around the club here. Ass up, face down, face down. No need to know my name. You can call me Mr. Dick. I'm down. I'm known to clown. Calm down. Play around. Break back, nigga. What does I feel safe? Hit you with a new word. Let me buzz you. Let me buzz you. Welcome to the playground. I don't play around, baby. What you say now? Come and lay down and welcome to my playground. I don't play around. Welcome to my playground. I don't play around. Welcome to the playground. I don't play around, baby. What you say now? Come and lay down and welcome to my playground. I don't play around. Welcome to my playground. I don't play around. Welcome to my playground. My playground, baby. Ain't no swinging, sliding, sliding in my playground, baby. I'ma slip and slide in it. Baby, I don't play around. All that talking, texting, what you gotta say now? Let's have it on. It's on. Let's make a move. Let's make a movie. It's you. Featuring your booty and your soul. So let's play Call of Duty. Look what you call. Straight getting to it. Look, we fucking like a slut. Girl, you fucking suck. Fucked up percussion. Lighting up bus. Only deep stroking. Got you running like the ocean. Got your girl. No, I got you. Always once before the hour. Real in your life. Before you gon' get real nigga right. Get real round here tonight. Listen and looking, sucking the fucking. We are about to have some. Welcome to the playground. I don't play around, baby. What you say now? Come and lay down and welcome to my playground. I don't play around. Welcome to my playground. I don't play around. Welcome to the playground. I don't play around, baby. What you say now? Come and lay down and welcome to my playground. I don't play around. Welcome to my playground. I don't play around. Welcome to my playground. With a real nigga, I'ma give you what you like. Fuck around with a real nigga, get nasty tonight. Fuck around with a real nigga, I'ma give you what you like. Fuck around with a real nigga, get nasty tonight. Oh yeah, get nasty tonight. Nasty tonight. Nasty tonight. Oh yeah, get nasty tonight. Nasty tonight. Nasty tonight. Fuck around with a real nigga, I'ma give you what you like. Fuck around with a real nigga, get nasty tonight. Fuck around with a real nigga, I'ma give you what you like. Fuck around with a real nigga, get nasty tonight. Oh yeah, get nasty tonight. Nasty tonight. Nasty tonight. Oh yeah, get nasty tonight. Nasty tonight. Nasty tonight. Yeah. Let me throw my shade. And now you haters can't see me. Louis V. I got different type of shades, different type of days. I feel like dressing up, I put it on my Cartiers. Run around, usually catch me in my race. It's fuck, this Versace shades. My favorite go-to is the true Lulu. And the little cold on the Dita coat. Ass flu, if I ain't got no shades on, I don't know what I don't know. I can't see straight, my vision ain't cool. I got plenty different options. My eyewear popping, I don't know which one I'm rocking. All I know is showstoppers. I see you niggas watching where he get on wanna cop him. Yeah, nigga, you start nigga. Like, yeah, nigga, I got plenty different I wear poppin'. I don't know which one I know. All I know is show. I see you niggas watching where he get on wanna cop him. Wanna see him when you spot him. I'm like, yeah, nigga, I got him. I'm fucking shade. I'm fucking shade. That's a fucking see. Ignite. Ignite. You haters can't see me. Niggas some Louis V. Some Louis. Son, like the milk milk. Now it's time to brand it right and go. Go my face. In and out like gold. Face. Third second. Throw my nose around that color with nigga. I kill boards with my business. So tankers on the son. Life for my doodles. So you know I got it. Son, that's for my doodles. 50 Gucci party. Son, that's for my doodles. Ain't no higher nigga party. I'll set your swag free. Yeah. Duffel bag. I'll set your swag free. It's my bitch's swag. I'll set your swag free. Those are rocking crystals. It's my daughter's swag. I'll set your swag free. Salvador Ferragamo is my grown man swag. Keep a couple bands inside her back. Keep a couple bands our swag. Keep a couple bands just so I can brag. Keep a couple bands right that back. Yeah, right that back. Can't see me. I'm fucking just I'm fucking Louis V.
Yeah. Underground Sundays, WTMH Radio.
Come on, Uncle, you running the show, bro.
Yeah, WTMH Radio, Underground Sundays.
Yeah, but your uncle asked y'all something when we first came back. How long y'all been together?
As far as
me and Big Bro been together since I was 4 years old.
Yeah, that's all right. Thanks for the family. How long has this group been together musically, bro?
3 years.
Yeah, I was about to say it had to be about 3 years.
Who was the first? Who recorded the first song?
The first song, actually, all right, as RAC PAC. He recorded the first song. What was that? Him and 5,000 and our cousin Black Meech.
Black Meech.
Black Meech.
My cousin gave me a beat. He said, "Man, do something." My first song I ever recorded called "Green Crack."
Okay.
Green Crack is where it's at. Green Crack, and that's my first song. My cousin, he still got it, and then from then on, I caught the bug. I was in it. I was going buying mics. I was going to get the programs. I was going to get everything.
So how did JR come into this fake? We got the rappers coming together. So how we pulled JR into this shit?
JR just believed.
So I know JR first. You know, I had met JR. He already had been moving around. He had did a couple of shows. He was messing with somebody where he had set some people up with some shows and this and that. So after I convinced my big bro to come along with the team.
Yeah, I remember JR was about to fuck them niggas up. Them niggas we talking about, JR was about to fuck them up. Nevertheless, go ahead with your story.
I convinced Big Bro to come along. Me and Bro dropping track. I let JR hear it. You know, he like, bro, dope. Myself, he's like, you need more work, this and that. And as I kept working,
hey, you kept it 100 with him though. Dang, he didn't need work. Let's keep it 100. He didn't need work. Like I'm gonna keep like he had just started. He was brand new. Like the shit that I'm hearing now is like miles. Yeah, is miles away from where he was when he first started.
Right. Hey, that's progress, bro.
Yeah, it's progress. Like I mean that's great progress. Yeah,
great mentor. I progressed real fast because of my big bro. So
I skipped
some levels. I had a cheat code. So.
Yeah, but hey, that's a dope cheat code to have. Like we always talk about brotherhood and gangs, and you know what I'm saying. But to be brothers for real and have your brother be there for you, that's from the streets blood. That's for real. You know
right? Because I don't have no big bro really. But
That's people don't.
That's my brother.
People don't. I don't. I got
blood.
y'all know my brothers. Y'all know my people. Them is my brothers, even though they not my brothers.
Blood make you kin, heart make you family. Get that right.
Oh, for sure. Right.
Get that right. Cause I got some partners that ain't no blood relation to me, cuz, and been ride or die.
And like I said, ever since I was 4 years old, this man been looking out for me.
Yep.
So that's family. That's your
my
brother.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's
brother.
a brother. Because that's why we want to clear that up. Because a lot of niggas play fake cousins and fake brothers.
Yeah.
That's his bro. That's a
your
different
brother.
thing.
We clear it all the time. They say, "Oh, that's your best friend." Like, no,
No,
he got a
my
best
brother.
friend. I got a best friend.
Them niggas
Like,
don't
that's
hang
my
around
brother.
us because that's my bro.
Yeah. That's my brother. Like,
You know what I'm saying? I get that. That's why I said I know what that's like. I got people I'm close with like that. Then other people don't get. In hip hop, it's rare nowadays, bro. Every group is fabricated.
It's not hip hop no more. It's quit using
Yeah,
that.
you know what? We kind of like went through. They removed hip hop. They guess who hip hop is now? Bruno Mars.
Bruno.
You go search right now in Billboard Top 10 and you put hip hop. The first song to pop up is Bruno Mars.
Man.
They have merged the two genres, so he's right. It's more rap.
And Chris
rap.
Brown and
You know what I'm
You're gonna see RAC PAC before too long, baby.
I
Put it into the atmosphere. Speak it
That's how
into
you do
existence.
it. Speak your life into existence.
say it with your chest, nigga.
You don't believe nobody else believe, right?
Look, put it like this. And I'm telling you from being signed with a deal. If you don't feel you worth $1 million, ain't nobody else.
Yeah, talk your shit.
Real talk.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you the real. I've sat in meetings with Jermaine Dupri, and where he tried to sign me for 5 years and want enough money, but it was a suicide deal. And Boss will tell you who I am. My name Black Caesar. If you don't know, 7 Summers, James Busy Bone, Bone Thugs and Harmony. I'm on all that. I'm on the albums. I'm in the videos. I'm on the whole all that. Like Busy, my little cousin. I'm 2 days older. I've toured across this whole country.
Once again, another hood thing. Being 2 days older than a nigga don't make you
Mexico,
older than a nigga, bro.
Like I've toured this whole country. I've been in every state in the United States and overseas with Bone Thugs or with Busy. So like I've been signed to Universal Bungalow.
Is his son? Is he signed?
Little Busy, yes, he is. STIG. Shout out to my little nephews and my little cousins. Shout out Bloodline Harmony. At the end of the day, this is business.
He did his thing.
And in this business, it's the way you go about things and how you do it.
Yeah.
Now, the endeavors y'all spoke about, that's what's up. Because you gotta have a plan outside of music, bro. Because music don't pay the bills. I'm being real. Because of the internet nowadays. Like I got an internet viral deal with Universal Bungalow right now. Where it's a 1 year internet deal. I get 99% off every one of my tracks. I have my own licensing. I have my own publishing. I own my name.
Yeah.
I own Real Writers ENT. I own it. Valiant Hits hold my publishing.
Yeah.
It's all about your black and white. Make sure y'all got y'all's black and white in order.
Oh, that was the biggest thing. That
And
was the
that's,
biggest thing.
I'm glad you said it because yesterday we were having a conversation and me and JR and bro, we're having a conversation.
Save you.
Yeah, but we're having that conversation about going out and getting the information that you need. So the next step and the next decision you make is based on good information. You feel me?
Make sure you got performance rights.
Yeah, no,
Get
just
your
like
performance
all of
rights.
it.
Get your mechanical license. Mechanical license come with your catalog. That means because you're a writer, you get paid.
Oh yeah,
you write your own stuff.
Yeah, but
make sure you're registered.
When we did our deal, that was everything what entailed with us doing our deal. You know, when we got our distribution deal, we had to handle all that. I didn't know it was going to be as much paperwork. As you know, I've been doing music for years.
Different.
You know, since I've graduated high school, I've been doing music. You know what I mean? And that's what it's been. Just making
This business
music,
is
going and doing
90%
shows,
paperwork,
and
10% rap.
as we've learned.
Is it okay? I'm just getting a call from Tori. This is the A&R something about. He said he want to come on.
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, tell him he can call in 614-781-0754.
You hear that, Tar?
How far away is he?
We're in Baltimore right now.
Yeah, he's talking about he can actually call in though.
The day we'll bring it in, I'll set the show up.
He can call
Oh, he can call in, or if he actually want to come down.
He said he want to come over.
Right now.
Oh yeah, it's 614-781-0754. Hey, don't none of you bitch ass niggas call in that be trying to prank the motherfucking show and shit and have us thinking it's him.
Yeah, bro, we got that's why we know we're a real show, because we got actual niggas who call in and try to prank our show. Yeah, 7810754.
Yeah, boy, that black and white important, bro.
Getting back to the music that we just, hey y'all, getting back to the music that we just heard.
Jay, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, getting back to the music that we just heard. We heard the track Playground and Shades. Now Shades had that Corey Hart Sunglasses at Night sample on it, which was dope. I picked that up.
Our cousin Seti
J on that.
Seti J, okay. Southfield's on Seti J.
Right there on Fairway.
Okay, and now who did that? And then the Playground, who produced that?
Gamer Boom.
Okay.
Gamer Boom.
We found him online actually.
Online, yeah.
Hey, we know what we go. Let's revisit. So I'm glad you brought it up. What happened with the coast to coast thing? How'd that go for y'all?
Well, with the coast to coast, it was kind of good. We actually got.
Hey, you gotta pay for that, bro. You gotta pay for that. He got it, Raven. He got it, bro. Don't let him get up out of here without paying for that.
I ain't saying that, man. You know, the coast to coast, it was a good look for us. You know, we got out there mainly with the coast to coast. It was mainly networking with coast to coast. That was the biggest beneficiary we got out of that. You know what I mean? Just networking with the different artists and different, A&Rs and different things like that.
Producers, engineers, and everything.
Yeah, but through that, Unc was working and JR was working, and we got another little gig through that, and that's when we went and did the top mics and
one song distribution.
I'm gonna get y'all a list coast to coast. Wiz Khalifa first, Big Sean next, and the person right after that everybody's hollering and screaming about, Cardi B. Literally, they came through the entire same system.
Oh, really? Okay.
Met those same people being in these networking situations.
Yeah.
That's why I asked y'all about that, and it's one of the places I found my first national connect.
Okay,
it ain't about winning. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily
just being there.
That's the song.
Being there.
The last song that we did is called Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
And that song is really dope.
Oh, it's cool.
We got 1 year distribution with Coast to Coast through that, so you will be hearing that.
I know.
I went especially until they release it.
You know what? I just got one of the little top 50 things. I wonder if it's on. What is it for Ohio? Top song in what was the top song in Ohio?
Which one was that?
The distribution thing you guys are on.
Through Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't throughout. We got that in Miami. Actually.
No, we got one through Coast to Coast.
It's Coast to Coast too.
Yeah, we got one through Coast to
Coast. Oh
yeah.
That's that song. Like,
that song,
we did
right? And they put it on one of their national mixtapes, right?
Right. Yeah.
You guys know that when you guys get that link, you pull that down and distribute it. You guys can duplicate that and use that.
Okay.
Well, we read through the paperwork a little bit. I'm a stickler of that paperwork.
I read through it. They don't. Here's the trick that they got people on. Part of that mixtape thing. I'm gonna show you on my phone when we get off air. I'm gonna show y'all some game.
Okay.
That's actually how you get those 500 and 200,000 likes through their system. They don't tell you to sell that link, but that link itself is the actual mixtape, John. They put it in your email.
Okay.
And you can download the whole fucking mixtape. But your point is to grab your song.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it'll lead back to, okay.
It's to connect it to the same bread, bro.
Right. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Why? You ain't got to.
Man, we just be on here just giving up game. Like, I know you talking to them, but just giving up game to the rest of the motherfucking niggas that's watching for free, bro. The game is to be solved, not to be turned. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no problem with y'all getting the game, but sometimes we gotta realize that we ain't having these conversations in private. Like, we all on the air.
This is what RAC PAC feels right here. This is what we're bringing together.
Yeah, no doubt. But
that's a real RAC PAC type of situation.
No doubt. I respect it. Everybody trying to come up. And speaking of everybody to come up, what's up, Cocaine, man? You just been sitting here. You know what I'm saying? We got listening to Cocaine. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Slide my mic over here.
This guy microphone. What's going on?
Yeah. So you part. Yeah, Cocaine crazy. So you gotta pay for that. I know you got it too.
We'll take one necklace.
Just turn it to the right.
Yeah, just turn it to the right.
Just tighten that up later. That's all.
What are you balling ass trap niggas gonna pay for this goddamn?
Yeah.
You just gonna hold it right there.
Yeah.
Team efforts.
Yeah. So now you part of the RAC PAC gang, and y'all said that project is coming.
Yeah, well, I'm just one of the artists off the camp. You feel me?
Okay.
Shit. I just got a lot of things working on. I got doing a club Voodoo's.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah, it's a nice looking place. I hope
you wouldn't win it in.
Jay.
Yeah. Go ahead and take it.
Just do that one.
I got Club Voodoo coming up.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, the album Pray for My City Volume 1, that's on Spinderella right now, going crazy. You feel me? I do this shit for my city. And then I'm doing this showcase for 1017 Brit Squad and Brit Squad in Cleveland. That's like Gucci and Walker's camp, trying to win that motherfucker.
Okay. All right, so when's that?
It's March the 3rd. Yeah, March 8th is Voodoo, and then March 3rd is the motherfucking the 1017 Brit Squad shit that I'm about to be doing.
Okay. Now you said you got a project. You said you got a project out. Prayers for my city. Pray for my city.
Yeah.
Okay.
That shit is hot.
That shit's hot. You said that's going crazy on Spinderella. So like, what kind of things are you bringing to the table? Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as like how old are you? 24. Okay, so you're a younger cat. So what kind of things are you bringing to the table? Like, who were some of your influences like that made you want to get behind the mic and make words rhyme and make songs and shit?
Shit, to be honest, I'm an old nigga. You feel me? I was on that Scarface, Pop, Master P. Them old cats. I like real gangster music. I don't like all that watered down fairy tale ass shit. You feel me?
Okay.
So and then I was rapping since I was a shorty. You feel me? I just don't know how to stay out of trouble. You feel me? I keep it all like gangster. You feel me?
Yeah, keep it real.
Just a little game to you. I know a lot of talented people that couldn't stay out of trouble that missed their window. So I mean, you still young enough where that don't necessarily affect you as much. Where you got a chance, take advantage of the opportunity. You got some good bros around you. Some good and opportunities happening around you, man. Keep your fucking nose clean, stay out of trouble. Because I know a lot of cats that was talented as D fuck that missed their window because they couldn't get their mind right and stay the fuck out of trouble. Just like we're playing, just like with sports, where you be like, oh, such and such was the dopest point guard, dopest running back, but he couldn't stay out the streets and couldn't stay out of trouble. The same thing with this music shit, bro. Real talk.
Yeah. Look, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah. I'm that same one. Fox will tell you, cussed out the streets. I was signed to a $2.5 million deal. Universal Bungalow, my little cousin Busy Bone. I caught a dope case and a gun charge, fam. Universal flew out here, cut up my contract and took their money back. Luckily, I never spent a dime. But just go to the show because I couldn't stay out the streets because of my lifestyle I was accustomed to. It cost me $2.5 million. Where I could have my city right now on the map for real.
Yeah.
Well, all I'm saying is this. My producers told me it's either the street C or this music. We ain't gonna keep being away from our family while you run these streets to make money and still record, bro. You gotta dedicate one or the other. Me personally, I'm gonna tell you, music has been my savior in my life, bro. Fuck these streets, because half these niggas nowadays ain't cut from the cloth. Me and Fox and them, Moose, JB, Raven, they don't sell fabric no more, bro. We out of stock. These cats nowadays, like you said, Scarface, bro, that's my favorite artist. I'll show you my phone right now. That's my big homie. I got a song with Face. I ain't care about being with nobody else. But Scarface, Brad Jordan, that was the highlight of my career. He's the realest ever. Bro, take a lesson learned, my G. Take this music for what it is.
Take it 100%.
And get you where it can get you. But it's what you put in is what you get out of it.
Yeah, my nigga.
Flat.
Hey, this nigga over here telling us about that dating situation, man.
I am who I am. I say who I say I am.
We gonna be who we gonna be. Back to this next thing, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate that, young man. You know what I'm saying? Take that game from the G. But I also want to give you credit on. I want to give you credit. I want to give you credit on picking a team of OGs. Even if you don't know how to really get yourself in the game drug wise, if you can't get game from other niggas in your peers.
Hey, we just trying to conduct a motherfucking radio show here.
You can't get game. You can learn from your peers, but you can't get game from your peers. Yeah, that's the truth. You can learn from niggas that you around, But you get game from OGs and people before you.
That's how I was raised, though.
Yeah. Like
I was fucking with them.
That's the exception. You the exception, not the rule. Most of you little niggas, we right now got a movement. Yeah, I'm an old school person. So what? You gonna have to live with it because I'm gonna give you this one way or the other.
That's how we met the young homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was coming through. You know what I mean, and rocking with us. And he was like, man, y'all know I'll be making music. Come to my show.
Hell yeah.
He was like, man, listen to some of my shit. You know, we was listening to it like, oh yeah, you going. He was going. He was like, man, shit, I'm here. Like, well, you are. What's up? And then we've been working since. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
I like guys like that. Like what he said when you recognize what a younger person say, you in a room full of age. Fuck all the experience. This is age in the room here. And you the youngest person standing your ground. Much respect, young man. Real shit. Back to Mr. 5000 over there. We in the middle of an interview, but I'm on you. What's your favorite moment by yourself? Like you no studio shit. You on stage. When do you feel like I'm about to make it? This is gonna work for me, bro.
At first, when first I wasn't all that confident in that stage. It took me this whole year of
getting ready,
shows and all that, and being confident. I've always been a flamboyant guy. I've always been a flamboyant dude, always. And that's just from me being out here in the street and doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? So being now that people actually looking and seeing me doing it, I had to get confident in that. After I did that, and bro had his confidence in me that I could be the best I could be. Every moment is a great moment for me. This is nothing I expected myself to be doing right now.
Exactly. For the ladies out here, y'all got something on this new record for the women?
Playground.
You know,
I'm trying to get onto the playground.
I got the Valentine song I got together called She's Sweet to Me.
That's still in the work. That song ain't finished yet.
I'm gonna be giving it out away.
Nah, but we got
Valentine.
We got Playground. What else we got on there for the ladies? We got Strip on there. You know, Strip, that's for the ladies in the strippers.
Well, hey, they lay strippers.
Let me see you. Strip. No, strippers aren't ladies.
I want to see you.
One day a week, they is.
Strippers aren't ladies.
She's somebody's lady, nigga.
Got 2 cuties on it for ladies. You want that 2 cuties?
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. That's definitely for them.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I fuck with the strippers hard, man.
That's why I don't get. I got a lot of stripper friends. That's why I get.
And you know for a fact that they're not ladies.
They're not ladies, but they are strippers.
He would give all his
Hey, it's called the stimulus. Strippers getting too friendly.
Look at her over here.
Uncle, stop in that bitch.
It's called a stimulus package. I gotta pay a bill.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to take her to my house.
Hell yeah.
I ain't going to her house. She just going home.
Time to go.
I picture the next.
All right, Rap Pack. We got probably like 5 minutes left. We want to spin a song to get you guys out of here. Out of the 4 jams that we have spun today, what y'all want to close the show with?
Man, I'll let you pick that.
Nah, fuck that.
You don't want to let us pick that? All right,
this is your single. This is the song.
One time, back one more time.
Give them their social media. Send these motherfuckers out right, bro. Do your thing,
man. You can hit us on YouTube, Rack Pack. You can hit us on Instagram, Rack Pack. You can Google us, rackpackgang.com. And as of today, you can hit us up on Shopify at rackpack.myshopify.com.
So what we listening to, bro? Drop that track.
We about to do One Time by Rack Pack, one time for the Trap Guys, one time for the Dope Fiends, one time for the Pill Heads. If you know what the fuck I mean, one time. Baby.
Rack Pack. Women in the house. Breaker taught me how to thug it out. All about that beat. Extra sauerkraut. Short is out the pack. Bullying, trapping out the complex. 80s baby. Put that dope in my bottle. Now dope is rose model. Jackie Chan. Chop the roof off the Tesla model. Yeah, model. Yeah, more the Tesla track. Smack the club is model. Party at John T's. I'm toasting up Dilly bottle. All I know is to get done. Yeah. One time for the track guy. 2 times
time for the track queens, one time for the heads, two times for the dope, one time for the stripper. Long as your queen, two times for the getting money. Do your thing, hey, do your thing, 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 do your thing. My city on the rise. Big bread, extra yeast, we young bucks and we coming. Beauty with the extra beach, we wild and we out here. Big plate, extra beach, started from the south side. I'm getting money out east, my grinding hard, my grinding checks. That's cookies in my jar. We popping down flex. That's diamonds on my charm. That's gold round my neck. That's Z-Block, that's Southfield, that's SG, my set. Yeah. One time for the track guard, two times for the track queens, one time for the heads, two times for the dope, one time for the stripper. Long as your queen, two times for the getting money. Do your thing, hey, do your thing, 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 do your thing.
Now you know I came here for a reason, and that reason is to see you strip. Got them dollars for you. But
I wanna see you strip. Baby, can you strip? 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 Baby, can you strip for me? I wanna see you strip. Baby, can you strip? 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 Baby, can you strip for me? I wanna see you. Baby, can you shake it? Can you strip like I'm used to? If you can, baby, I'ma grab this purse off for the booster. I'ma have to chill you up. Pay a visit to my jeweler. Have you walking out this bitch like a motherfucker ruler? First time I seen you dancing, had me all infatuated. Had me thinking if you do the same thing, but naked shit, I know that I can give it. I'm just hoping she can take it. It's the rain of time, but it's gonna rain if you can make it. You the realest bitch in it. We already know if you leave out with a nigga, that does not make you a hoe. You should leave out with a nigga, baby. I'ma spin this cup. If you ain't come to make money, buddy, but you strip. I wanna see you strip. Baby, can you strip? 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 Baby, can you strip for me? I wanna see you strip. Baby, can you strip? 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 Baby, can you strip for me? I wanna see you strip. In the trap since 9 a.m. A phone on smack. My pockets full like glass. Now one is some pimples on your neck. I take it off slow, one leg at a time. Give me the full show. I strip for a hard nigga. I strip for my trap nigga. That one that gets out after the last sack is so good. I get me a team. Can't you tell I'm walking that gasoline? I got so that gasoline. I'm like, whoa, a Samsung. She's in 3D. I wanna see you strip. Baby, can you strip? 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 Baby, can you strip for me? I wanna see you strip.
say the soul, yeah. Man, it's all about the soul, yeah. On so hard, gotta keep it's all about the soul, yeah. I say it's all about the real. Say it's all about the real. going so hard, trying to keep up. Jimmy, it's all about the re-up. I just gotta keep up. Mouse don't get fed. Nigga better speak up. I'm really into asses. All my bitches with a features. Going in the trap, ain't got no time to clap my feet up. I re-up. Ain't no time to eat up. Clientele coming in non-stop and they need up. I just keep the heat up. Usually on my hip. I don't wanna have to, but I'll let that fucker rip. Feeling like the shit. Something like a pimp, but to pack my bitch. She gon' get me rich. She gon' get me everything that I wanted. Be up on that bitch. Said I'll be up on that bitch. Nigga weed trapping, yeah, nigga weed trapping. Don't get involved if you not about the action. This is not just rapping. This shit really happened. Re-up.